I've had a few interesting situations when it comes to hiking, and so I thought I'd share one of them here. I remember, and I'm actually going to include a clip from what happened. This was taken by my sister. So I kind of just want to use this video to explain what happened to me, my sister, and myself while we were on a hiking trip in Canada. We were hiking through the Algonquin Provincial Park. We had prepared to hike the Centennial Ridge Trail, which is 6 miles, I believe, all the way around, but it's a lot of changes in elevation. We brought all the gear that we thought we would need. We really should have bought cleats, or the spikes that you would normally use, that you would kind of attach to your boots or shoes in order to make them more, so that they'll grip into the ice a little better. We didn't bring those. I had suggested that we do, but that we should have, but at the same time, we were kind of gathering a lot of supplies already, and it was getting to be kind of late, and it was coming soon, and we had to go, and you're not gonna find cleats everywhere. So anyways, and we still got through the hike, but it was with a lot of difficulty. Oh yeah, it's cold. It was when we got there, it must have been 18 degrees. By the time we left, it had dropped to nearly 10 degrees, I think. It was dropping quickly. It was 16 degrees, 13 degrees, 10 degrees. It was dropping fast. We had originally thought that we'd be there for a few hours, 4 or 5 maybe. I don't know. We ended up being there for 7, almost 8. Mind you, we're being passed by Canadians along the trail. They're doing it so quickly. I think a group of them must have completed in an hour or 2, maybe 2 hours. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I feel like there was a group that went quickly ahead of us and did it in an hour, maybe 2. We took 7. We were huffing and puffing the whole way. We were so tired. We could not make it. Oh my god, we were so tired by the end of it. I tore a muscle in one of my arms because I had to grab onto a branch to keep myself from falling or slipping because of ice. We had to cross a whole bunch of streams. We got kind of lost at a few points, even though it was essentially just a loop that goes back to a little trail that goes right back outside. But yeah, it was crazy. I had brought with me a flashlight that I thought I wasn't gonna need. I thought I'd just bring it for fun in case we find a cave or something, something interesting. I brought it for stupid reasons. Really, I really didn't think it was gonna be that useful at all. And then it turns out that because we took so long to get out of there, we were leaving at dusk. We couldn't see anything in front of us, and for anyone who's ever hiked, you know that usually there's markers along the trail to let you know where you're going. We couldn't see them with our phone flashlights. Our phone flashlights were completely useless in order to see those sort of trail markers. They did nothing. And so this flashlight that I thought was going to be completely useless, that wasn't going to really be of much help in anything, ended up being this thing that we, got out with. It saved us. I have the flashlight here. Here it is. This thing has become one of my prized possessions because of what happened on that trip. This flashlight. This torch. Oof. It saved us, essentially, because without this thing, we were not going to be able to see the markers, and it lit it up like crazy. And the fact that this can also adjust its, it can focus its beam. I don't know if you can see it that well, but do it right there. So you can see it focuses its beam, it widens it. It can either focus the beam or it scatters it a little more. I guess that's the better word. But yeah. Yeah, so without that we'd probably would have gotten lost. We already had seen on the way there tracks of like pretty sure probably a moose or deer may have been there. Maybe bears. We just didn't see them because we went when it was like freezing cold. It's even more freezing now. I think I've seen temperatures up there drop to like -9. We weren't there when it was that cold, but we were there when it was pretty cold. I had to, like, this is a face mask. I just use it sometimes as a scarf. I needed to have it on at all times. My eyes, my eyelashes, anytime any moisture gathered on them, they would freeze. And anytime I had to make sure that my eyelids wouldn't, like, start to freeze together because of my eyelashes. That's how cold it was up there, especially with the wind at, like, the higher elevations. At the end of my little talk here, I'm gonna probably include some photos and the little clip of us trying to get out of there. Probably as sort of a collage type thing. Might include like multiple different little videos that I took. But yeah, it was a hell of an experience. There was my personal little hiking trip that I did that you saw in my previous video, but this one was on another level. We were lucky to make it out. We fell multiple times, and the whole time I'm chilling, we're both, like me and my brother-in-law, her husband, we're like telling my sister Gabs that, you know, take the stick, it's gonna help you. We ended up falling way more than she did. The sticks did not help us. The sticks were probably either distracting us or throwing off soft balance. Oh man. And I'm so glad that I took like this smaller like thermos. I have a huge one, like a huge sort of container, but it's so big that if you fill it up with water, it's gonna throw you off balance every time you try to take a step, especially in any like dangerous areas, which we were in a few times where we were close to a ledge, like I was in that other video when I did the, you know, solo trek up a hill in a snowstorm. A terrible idea. I just really wanted to do it. Yeah, it was a crazy experience, but one I'm never gonna forget. One of my favorite trips of all time, furthest north I've ever been. I'm pretty sure if you go in like even further north, you're going to start to hit like Northwest Territories, Yukon. On the right, I think you get to the Native American lands, which is where you get some like really interesting locations and landscapes, but it's also not an ideal place to go to, both for like political reasons, but also it's even more dangerous up there. It's even colder. Still, there are places up there I'd love to see. It's just that there are so many dangers involved. But yeah, that trip to Canada, I loved it so much. It was so dangerous. We almost froze once or twice, especially at the end, but like somewhere towards the middle too. We were constantly like hitting ice with our feet and then having it sort of bubble beneath us as the water sort of shot back up at us. That was crazy. We had to cross over a few iced over bridges. We had to walk on ledges that, or like, yeah, pretty much like we had to walk on stones that were like snowed over, iced over, that were near ledges on the trail. That if you fall from there, you're gonna fall pretty far. Like it was crazy. So I'm gonna include some clips of it here. Not too many. You're gonna see mostly just like in the nature shots. But the one that I really care about showing you is the one that my sister took, of us just trying to get out. Just so you see like how dark it is. I'm sure you've seen in like videos like Franco's videos where he's out in the forest. I can't believe he goes out there alone. That's wow. He is very brave. Either very brave or, I'm sorry Franco, but maybe a little bit unaware. But like we were all together in a group of 3, and we were still like freaking out. So like props to anyone who has the wherewithal to go into those places alone, especially in the conditions we were in. But yeah, so I'm gonna stop talking. I've talked for 10 minutes. We're giving you sort of a synopsis of what happened. The trip was like a 3-parter. We went to like Toronto. We went to, what was the second place? Oh, Niagara Falls. So Niagara Falls was first. Then it was Toronto. Then it was this trip to the Algonquin Provincial Park. And then we went back home afterwards. I think we might have made one more stop in Toronto, then we went back home. Awesome trip. Enjoyed every minute of it, even the parts that kind of sucked. Because it was just an adventure. It was such a crazy experience. And yeah, 7 hours. We felt so dumb. We felt like so inadequate because we were going so slow compared to everyone else. But we just wanted to be careful. But I feel like maybe there are certain things we could have done better. Maybe we could have equipped ourselves a little better. But still, we made it out. And that's like, number one thing that matters at the end of the day. So I guess this is both my sort of story of like my fun adventure in Canada, but also sort of like a bit of a PSA. Prepare for these trips. If you think that you're underprepared, you probably are. You don't want to pack too much, but if you feel like there's a certain thing that you don't have that you feel like you probably need to have, then there's a good chance you probably just do need to have it with you, because it could mean the difference between life or death, going way slower than you want to, any number of things. But yeah, I'm gonna stop here. I need to shut up. I'm gonna let the clips and the photos that I might include speak for themselves. Enjoy. Hey, future me from editing. I've decided I'm going to include clips from throughout my trip to Canada, just because why not? This might be the only chance I get to actually do it. And so I'm going to show the clip of us in the forest in the dark at the end. But there are going to be clips before that of us at the other locations that we went to in Canada. And then just because I feel like I do still need to explain it, because I didn't really do so in the clip you just watched, well, in the video you just watched, the first part, whatever. You're gonna see me at the very front with the flashlight, and then my sister's in the very back taking the video, and then my brother-in-law's in the middle, and we're all just trying to get out of there and struggling. But yeah, there's gonna be photos along the way, just to sort of like let you know which part is which. I'm new to this, be kind. I want to get the video of the spray that's happening.
This is so majestic.
And like that, how many, like this is what, millions of gallons that's pouring over the falls every second?
What a waste.
Yeah, right.
What a waste of water.
My God, not millions of gallons, but like millions of gallons at some point in the day. Like, so much.
Yeah, this is like...
It's obstructing my view. Wow, this doesn't even feel real. It looks CGI, and it's staring, and I'm staring right at it in real life, in person. It doesn't look real. Especially this part. This part's insane. Sure.
at the halfway point. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. I'm good. I haven't drunk my water yet, just so I don't have to pee.
Mm-hmm. There's so much longer to go, but this is a beautiful sight.
It hurts so bad, Dad.
Freaking crazy.